I'm sure for many of us as we stand here this morning, I think we are very aware that this great iconic cross, the Chevin cross, is a symbol that is important far and wide. It is not simply something for those who are affiliated to the churches. It becomes something significant for a far wider group of people. People expect to see the cross towering on the Chevin over the community of Otley and roundabouts. And for those of you who have been coming up here for years, and I know there are many of you, you will know full well that as that 3 or 4 weeks goes by, when you come up here, you discover that people leave things at the foot of the cross. You will have noticed that. A flower, a bunch of swing flowers, maybe sometimes a prayer or a personal effect, sometimes a picture, a potted plant. And as the weeks go by, the cross is kind of transformed, because it very obviously becomes a symbol of faith and hope and worship and prayer. There is a reason why people come and leave these things. It becomes something transformed. And of course the cross itself is a symbol of transformation. There is a plaque on the front of the cross that explains the origins of this particular cross. A piece of wood salvaged from the Manchester bombing, a context of terror, bloodshed and conflict. A piece of wood taken from that and shaped and formed into a powerful Christian symbol that becomes a symbol of hope and faith. The very cross itself is a symbol of transformation. As we read the Easter stories year by year, you cannot fail to appreciate that the resurrection was a transforming event. There is no other conclusion that you can come to. And in the Gospel of John, the writer of the Gospel focuses on one particular character, and that is the character of Mary. We read how she gathered at the tomb expecting to find a dead body. She was inconsolable with grief. She wept. She stood and observed the rituals and traditions surrounding bereavement. There she was in a place of death. But on that morning, things were strangely and wonderfully reversed. And as she leaves that scene, death has given way to life, fear has given way to joy, and doubt has given way to hope. At the beginning, she is a mourner. At the end, she is a confident witness to the resurrection of Christ. At the beginning, she seems a very lonely and inconsolable figure. And at the end, she is transformed and confidently proclaiming the gospel. She has experienced transformation. And the invitation and the challenge of the Easter message is to place ourselves in that ancient story, to rediscover its power to transform us and the world and our communities, our life and work, our relationships, the whole spectrum of our lives, as we experience and participate in the death and resurrection of Jesus. So this morning, I want to encourage you to go away with that thought of transformation and to reflect upon the fact, as you think about your life and work, your relationships, loved ones and family, the world of which you are a part, the community that you live in, where do you need to experience transformation and change? Where do you need to rediscover new hope and joy and courage and faith? And if you have any answers to those questions, then you are now ready to go back down the hill to your life and work to share in the gospel message of the resurrection, and to do so as confident, joyful disciples who are ready to share the good news and the hope of Christ risen. And you go with rich blessings as the people of God.